Kensurfs here, and another shave video. Tonight I'm coming to you from Lafayette, Louisiana. And Lafayette is probably about an hour and a half to 2 hours west of New Orleans. I was in New Orleans the other night, and last night, yesterday, we came to Lafayette. And we came here because there was a couple of things I wanted to do in Louisiana that I've never done before. And this was my second trip. My relatives, they live up north in Monroe. And, you know, I had to come see New Orleans, I had to come see Bourbon Street, I had to come tour that city. But when you think of Louisiana in the swamps, you know, I always think of alligators. And I always see those TV shows or those movies where they have those airboats and they're just hauling through the swamps. So I got to do that today, and I'll tell you a little bit about that in a minute. But right now we're in Lafayette, and I'm going to be doing a shave tonight. And I've got a sample that I haven't tried yet from West Coast Shaving, and it's Gatsby shaving cream or shaving soap. And from Pacific Artisan Accoutrements, I'm going to be using the slant Bakelite razor today with the Wilkinson sword Gillette blade in it. And I'm going to use my travel Vulfix, my Vulfix Badger. We'll be using that brush today. So we'll see if we can whip a lather up in that little, this little container. And I'll tell you a couple of stories about what happened today. So hang on one sec. All right. Let me wet my face a little bit. Probably got suntan lotion still on there from doing an hour and a half swamp tour today. And I tell you, it was just everything I hoped it would be and more. And I'll show you some video of that. It's kind of weird. I don't have a cup to do this in, so I'm lathering it right out of that sample container. So I'm gonna hope it makes do. And I know some of you probably say, hey, you could put that in a cup, but you know, all I got here is paper cups. So I really don't want to do that. But it seems to be working okay. Yeah, could be a little thicker, but we'll work with that. Been an absolute awesome vacation so far. I have had so much seafood, boudin, sausage I guess it is, crawfish, shrimp, gumbo. Oh man. Last 3 or 4 nights, that's all I've been eating. So tonight, I went to Cracker Barrel and had some pancakes. My wife and daughter are down in the hotel bar right now having a drink, and I figured this gives me an opportunity to do a shave. Because tomorrow, I go up to Vicksburg and I look at a Civil War battlefield, and then I go on to my relative's house in Monroe. Get that hot, whoops. Let me get that hot water going a little bit. Ah, there it is. Nice and hot. I haven't used this Bakelite razor in a while, but it's so darn light and it's a slant, so I'm expecting a really close shave. Open comb too. Open comb slant. You're not going to get much closer than that. I have one more razor that I brought with me that I want to try on this vacation, and that's a vintage Atra cartridge razor. And I hadn't tried that in a while, but you can hear that water draining there. Hear it draining? Hell of an echo. At least this is not red like it was in New Orleans. So maybe I don't look as pink in this video. Look like I've been sunburned bad. And today I got one hell of a windburn. I mean, I've never seen alligators up close. Well, take a look at this. Tell me what you think.
What time y'all think y'all can make it as far as... Right there, Big Daddy was already right there, so I started feeding him. I was on the front of the grass rig. And right here on the bank, this is where she had her babies last year. She had 30 babies on the bank right here. Yeah, look at the difference. She's 8 foot, and look at him.
Is she gonna bite the boat?
Look how big his legs are, man. Look.
I understand.
That is worth this whole trip. That is fantastic.
Come on, come on, come on. Come on, Rick. Yep.
Wow. Beautiful.
I was a little nervous getting close to the boat because that big gator, he said, was like 12 to 15 foot and about 80 years old. The guide told me that alligator was about 80 years old, and he's been, you know, that swamp. I didn't know my way around that swamp. I mean, he was making left turns, right turns. I didn't know where the hell I was. And he says that when he comes into that cove where that alligator is, he used to feed him a lot. So the alligator comes up to the boat expecting more food. And there was a female, that old gator had a female with him, and she was about 8 to 10 foot, and she kind of stayed off the other side of the boat. But this guy came right out, bumped his head right into the boat, was opening his mouth, looking for some food. But the guide, Captain Ronnie, did not have the food with him today. But man, he was petting that thing, and you know, if that thing wanted to, it could have came up on that flat bottom boat and grabbed somebody. I hear crocodiles, correct me if I'm wrong, I know Chris from Australia, I hear crocodiles are really aggressive, but our guide said that the alligators, they're not quite as aggressive as the crocs. But hey, I didn't want to take any chances. We had the warnings, alligators, snakes. Didn't see any snakes. Don't like snakes. But it was just really, really cool. We saw probably 4 or 5 little alligators, probably 3 to 4 foot. But when you got near the shore, they would they would go underwater. They'd scamper away. This guy, this old boy, he was on the shore, and when he saw the boat coming, he came right out to the boat. So I got to hear a lot of stories. Ronnie, the captain there, was a local Cajun, grew up here. So he, if you're going to have a guide, have an experienced guide. He was telling me that some people take you on a charter on those swamps and they've never really been on boats before, and they'll run into those trees or those old, what are they, cypress or willows? You can get in a boat wreck in the swamp and you don't want to end up in the water. Very, very smooth shave, everybody. Very smooth shave. I know they have the black Bakelite, the Darth Vader, and then they have this Stormtrooper one, and it's a very, very light razor, very good razor. Gets you one hell of a close shave. Oh, man. I tell you, I'm ready to hit the sack. It was one long day. I also got to go to the Tabasco factory on Avery Island, Louisiana, where they make all of the Tabasco hot sauce. And they had at least 8 different types, 6 of which I've never heard of before. So it was kind of interesting to go there, and they have a restaurant. I got to eat food there in that restaurant. I tell you, I must have gained 10 pounds this trip so far. All this good food. But a lot of sights to see in these states. And I've been wanting to see an alligator. I've been wanting to go on a swamp for years and years and years. And what a thrill it was today. So I'll probably be talking about that for quite a while, especially to all my friends. All right, I'm going to use the Proraso again today. All right. And tomorrow, like I said, I'm going up to Vicksburg. Vicksburg battlefield, the Battle of Vicksburg, the Union Army, Civil War Union against the Southern. It's supposed to be, a burn. It's supposed to be really good. And I've never been to a Civil War battlefield before. And again, all I've seen is in the movies, on television. So I'm really looking forward to seeing that. And hopefully I'll shoot some video of that too. And I've got so many cool shaves that I'm doing on this trip. Thank you for watching. Thank you for putting up with my travel videos. I really appreciate it. And next time I'll be coming to you from Monroe, Louisiana. So until then, it's Kensurfs saying have a great night.